Hi there, welcome to Terraland Soap Opera. Today we are doing a reading on Cancer energy. So we're going to read um, how people who are harnessing high vibe Cancer energy might be handling life right now, how people in more shadowy Cancer energy might be handling life right now, and then it could be to the battle within people within their own Cancer energy. High vibe Cancer energy is loving home and family and self love energy, and shadowy Cancer energy is kind of rejecting that, and they're not knowing their worth and value and offering themselves the love and compassion and respect and encouragement and all that stuff to maintain their balance, and they are kind of tipping into fear and insecurity and self-protectionism and selfishness and greed. And so anyway, what we have for the top row, people harnessing high vibe Cancer energy right now could be feeling they missed an emotional opportunity with a Cancer energy, Scorpio energy, or someone who they felt they could have had an emotional relationship with. You know, they thought they were going to be in a relationship where there'd be equal give and take, where people would work together from that emotional foundation of Three of Cups, Cancer energy, love and home and family, and that it would be emotional wish fulfillment. But the person they were dealing with, or that aspect within themselves, however it goes, in their deep Scorpio emotions, they held back from a foundation that wanted to take creative, inspired action to move forward. So, either within themselves or the person they were dealing with, because that person had experienced relationships in the past that hadn't worked out, it made them afraid of trusting. So, because of that, those of you who dealt with someone who was fearful and afraid, um, you are finding balance within yourself. You're not letting yourself tip into your fears and insecurities and self limiting beliefs. You are working together, offsetting your fearful, insecure, worldly nature with your hopeful, believing, self encouraging nature, and working from an emotional foundation within yourself from self love, and working together with others in your life who you can exchange, you know, reciprocal loving energy with. You go out in the world and you offer love and respect and kindness and patience and support and encouragement to other people, and the people in your life who want to work together with you in that energy. You're working together with those people in your life, and you're happy, and you're maintaining your own sense of general emotional stability and happiness in your life. We can't let our life be so codependent on someone else in our life for our general state of happiness that, you know, it's just like friends can move away and family can move away. It doesn't mean our life sucks. It definitely changed. And we feel like we missed an emotional opportunity. But the universe is always saying, to be in the energy of love and appreciation and gratitude and just enjoy the simple pleasures of life is a free will choice. And so you took that cup to put in the time, energy, and effort to maintain balance within yourself, to work from an emotional foundation, to work together with others in joy and celebration, to have happiness in your life. And the people in your life who might have held back from you could be in regret that they held back from you, because they do see that you are continuing to take that creative, inspired action forward and trust the universe. Sometimes, when other people aren't willing to deal with their past regrets, past pain, and hurt, to be able to move forward with you, sometimes they make some poor decisions to try to get you to feel fearful of moving forward. And when they hold back from you, they could kind of be communicating to you that if you keep having hope and faith and belief and willing to grow and learn and expand and believe in yourself, I'm going to let this relationship go, because they want relationships to be the way that they're used to working in relationships. And that could be that they hold back. They can be emotionally manipulative, passive aggressive, codependent, selfish, greedy, whatever. Because in shadowy Pisces energy or shadowy Cancer energy, it is kind of like using your emotions and relationships to be emotionally manipulative. Otherwise everybody would be willing to learn and grow and expand, right? And work together equally. But for some reason, because this person has experienced some regrets in their past, they're unwilling to do that. So for some of them, you could feel you missed an opportunity because either a Taurus or someone in their more worldly view of life, that life's about money and materialism and status and image, or doing things my way, being stubborn, being prideful, they could have exchanged resources with a third party, and they're just emotionally indulging themselves in that relationship. It's kind of like, if you're not going to emotionally indulge me in the relationship, I'll go get in a relationship with someone who does want to do relationships the way I want, where I don't have to take creative inspired action. I don't have to let go of any of my old ways of being and work together with people from that pure innocent nature and be held accountable for my actions. Maybe they're immature and they think maybe if they offer financial resources, that they can be stubborn and prideful and all those things. And if they exchange resources with people, people should just be loving to them. Sometimes people, they can have those things that the 3D world values, like, oh, I have a certain image, I have a certain status, or I have things in the world that make people look up to me. That could be, I am really attractive, that I have money and materialism or whatever. And they think I can keep offering my time, energy, effort, and resources to being the way, maintaining my philosophy of life and the way I view relationships. And that means I don't have to take creative inspired action. I don't have to let go of my old ways of being. I can find someone else to be in a relationship with me, because they maybe don't want to tap into their emotions. They don't want to be more emotionally vulnerable. Maybe they like to be in relationships where people just enable their poor behavior or their selfish behavior or their egotistical behavior. And they're just happy being in a relationship like that. They don't want any more deeply more meaningful relationship than that. If their pride and ego and status and image in the world is good, that people still look up to them, they're good. Maybe someone offered them a new financial beginning that appealed to their worldly nature. Oh, wow. Would that surround me by luxury in life? Would I have more image, more status, more money, more wealth? And that person took a risk. Maybe someone who wanted to also isn't willing to move forward in life, isn't willing to take creative inspired action in their life either. Maybe this person with you originally had some regrets of the past, but they were maybe putting in some work and effort to move forward in this relationship. But, the universe knew maybe that, is this person really willing to bring down their old foundational ways of being to work together with our loving Cancer people from a deep emotional space? And are they really willing to make a final decision to grow and expand their foundational philosophy of life? And so Amazingly, the universe maybe had somebody come in and offer this person those worldly things that they value. And that was the decision point. You know, we all have these certain critical decision points in life, and the person had the choice. Did I miss an opportunity with this person in my past, or people like that in my past, or that opportunity to align with my more worldly nature? You know, am I willing to let that go and work together with people emotionally and believe that staying committed to this loving, committed relationship and offering my time, energy, and effort to it will bring me the victory and success and maybe security and stability I want in my life? This person was at the critical point, or is at that critical point, and some of them decided, no, I'm not willing to let go of my past way of doing things. I don't want to be, I don't want to have to learn and grow my perspective on life. I'd rather just keep offering my resources to the belief system of life that I have. And somebody's offering me an opportunity, and this way I don't even have to be held accountable for my actions and be willing to learn or grow or expand. And the person took a risk. They were a fool. They took a risk because someone who has everything that seemed like the world would value communicated to them and said, you want to take a risk to come get in a relationship with me instead and hold on to worldliness and image and status. And even if it wasn't someone outside of them, it was their own Capricorn nature of clinging to an old way of being selfish, being greedy, not having to open up, not having to work together with anyone else. You know, they just decided, I want to be selfish and greedy. I don't want to learn and grow in a relationship. You know, I got to be held accountable for my actions if I do that. I don't want to do that. I just want it to be all about me. So, for the people battling it within themselves, they do feel they missed an emotional opportunity to work together with loving Cancer energy within themselves and with people outside themselves, where it would have been like a dream come true emotionally, but because of their past pain and heartbreak, they held back. And instead, they chose to cling to money, materialism instead. Their deep emotional self was unwilling to open up. So, because of that, the positive, loving relationships in their life fell apart, and the loving people made a judgment on these people. And the loving people decided they would start fresh, they would start new. They, you know, aren't people who just walk the talk. If they present themselves as being grounded, stable, practical, hardworking, and have hope and faith and belief that there's a higher truth, life isn't about living in regret, being in relationships with people who hold back from you and try to cause you regret to make you cling on to them, fearful and afraid that if you move forward that they'll go get in a relationship with someone else. People are either willing to put in the work and effort with you to move forward and learn and grow and come from a foundation of love, or they're not. And so you positive people walk the talk, and you said, I am going to have good boundaries against people who are prideful, stubborn, and I'm going to rise above this conflicting situation and have victory in my life. And I'm going to put an end to a relationship that was a wish and a dream. But when those people weren't willing to move forward in love and be in that pure, innocent, hopeful, believing nature, and instead choose to have an energy about them of wanting to win at all costs to protect themselves or protect their image or their status or their money or materialism or their wanting to win at all costs attitude, and are defensive of working together and speaking their inner truth, and instead choose to be deceptive and manipulative in a happy home and family. You positive people said, I am going to be defensive to you because I want to be in relationships and work together with people who speak their inner truth, who do have hope and faith and belief, who mentally strategize to choose over their fears and insecurities, to see things from the bigger picture in Aquarius energy, to choose happiness, because to choose to be loving and kind and open and honest is a free will choice. And some of you are dealing with somebody who chooses, they prefer to be more emotionally manipulative and passive aggressive in relationships, to be more transactional in relationship. So those people were under the illusion that if they were prideful and arrogant and stubborn and unwilling to see things from your perspective, that you would maybe juggle and be confused about their toxic behavior. You're either loving and working together with people, or you're being toxic. You're working against loving people. They were hoping it would cause you to kind of be in two minds about, do I work with them or do I move forward? Do I put in the hard work and effort to free myself from this toxic energy that basically is being unloving? They're being selfish. They're maybe being controlling, stubborn, prideful, unwilling to put in work and effort. It's their way or the highway. And I think from self-love in Three of Cups Cancer energy and the Chariot card, which is Cancer energy, you chose self-love and you got yourself in the driver's seat of your own life and said, if this person wants to live in selfishness, greed, fear, insecurity, and try to instill that in me and keep me feeling codependent on them out of fear and insecurity, no. I'm offsetting my fear, my insecurity with love and hope and faith and belief. And you detached yourself from a foundation that might have looked very successful according to 3D standards, but out of self-love, you decide to give birth to a new life, and you're listening to your intuition about this person's very stubborn worldly foundation of pride, ego, image, status. And you are defending your future because you do not want to be in a mental prison in stress and anxiety about what you're putting your time and effort and energy to. You are giving a lot of thought to putting work and effort into seeing your dreams come into reality. And if this person isn't willing to see the truth, and they have an energy about them of wanting to win at all costs, don't care who they hurt, it's all them or nothing. Like this other person in a relationship is juggles putting in work and effort. They are enslaved to something. Either their pride, their ego, their fear, their insecurity, their selfishness, their self-protectionism. That this person likes to be in more triangulated relationships where they can be passive-aggressive and emotionally manipulative. And if that looks good and successful according to worldly standards, that's all they care about. This person chooses to be left out in the cold from love. They have that nature within them, but they choose to not tap in to that side of their nature. It's like, no, I don't do my emotions. I don't want to listen to my intuition. I just want to focus on money and materialism and status and image. That's what the world tells us is successful, right? It's about being surrounded by luxury in life. It's about hiding that your foundation is immature and afraid of moving forward because you're fearful and afraid of love. And so you're really stressed and anxious about putting in work and effort into working together with people emotionally. You know, they have fear and insecurity and are mentally defensive about putting in work and effort to a wish and a dream that would require them to see things from a higher perspective. You know, that there's a divine order to things. There's a higher perspective to life, more than money, ego, image, status. Maybe this person doesn't believe in a higher truth. Maybe they think it is all about being a shining star in the 3D world. Maybe they think when they get in relationships, people are supposed to orient all around making them and the relationship look like a shining star. It isn't about seeing things from a bigger picture and willing to step outside of societal norms to bring needed change to the world. Well, no, that would mean there's a higher purpose to life. Maybe this person doesn't believe there's a higher purpose to life than living, working, surrounding yourself by luxury in life, looking like a shining star in the world. You know, maybe that causes them a lot of stress. They've always thought that you're supposed to put a lot of thought and effort into putting work and effort into looking like a shining star because that means you're moving forward. Well, yeah, that's the way you want to live your life. You know, if you think you're supposed to follow your wishes and your dreams and your passion and your desires in life that are about a higher truth and calling, that is about growing and learning and maturing, learning lessons about yourself so you can keep moving forward in life. And this person could be like, you know, I have stability and security. Why do I have to learn any lessons? Why do I have to deal with my own mental conflict that I have or my own inner conflict? Can't I just ignore that? And if I look good to the world, isn't that good enough? It's like, well, yeah, if you don't mind living in mental conflict. This person could have exchanged resources with a third party and emotionally indulged themselves. They had illusions maybe about a Pisces, you know, because they even went and indulged themselves maybe in a third party because they felt stuck about putting in work and effort, maybe with a Capricorn, or working together with people who do put in work and effort to free themselves. If this person's very consumed and enslaved to being all about image and status and all that stuff, they probably can't even figure out the loving people who have dealt with their past pain and regret that these things aren't important to them. It's like, how are you not driven and enslaved by ego and image and status? You know, these people are willing to not invest in their own wishes and dreams to have people view them a certain way. They basically sold their soul to the world. Do you value me? Do you think I'm important? Oh, okay. What? Wishes and dreams? Oh no. I don't know. What do you think's important? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's important too. You know, we're either willing to put in work and effort to authentically live our own life in this soul journey, or we're not. We're either willing to stand up for ourselves and the things we value and defend those things, or we're not. We're either willing to conform to the world and miss emotional opportunities. If other people don't deem that valuable or whatever, then they're not going to do it either. And they could have felt like if they juggled you in their own arrogance, that you would get into toxic energy, you'd be in fear and insecurity, and you'd be willing to reunite with them. Some people in their arrogance is like, yeah, third parties said, I'll move forward with you, detach from the loving people that you're with who are emotionally balanced, and come be with me. I'll emotionally indulge you. I'll like mother you. You don't have to learn or grow, honey. You can be like a petulant 5 and 8-year-old operating from pride and ego, and we'll all be about image and status and reputation. We'll be surrounded by luxuries in life. We'll both hide the fact, but the person who offered to get in a relationship with them could have been hiding that their foundation is very immature and defensive and in a mental prison and really stressed about putting in work and effort to have the dream come true. Because that means maybe too that everything can't be about them. You know, they maybe got in a relationship with someone who's just like them. I like to be the center of attention. I don't really want to put work and effort into a relationship. I just wanted to get in this relationship because it would make me look like I was moving forward very successfully. And the loving people that you were in a relationship would feel left out in the cold, and that made me happy. I just wanted to be the person who seemed like I was the one surrounded by luxury in life. I was hiding the fact that my foundation is very defensive and in a mental prison about putting in work and effort to actually have the dream come true. I really don't like to invest in people. I'm kind of selfish and greedy too, and all about myself. And when they got in a relationship with this person could have gotten the idea I'm going to repeat past patterns of my past too that aren't very good. And that is that I also hide from happiness. I live in illusion. I operate from pride and ego. So then I think I had asked why this person was unwilling to give birth like to a new life, because that would mean that they would have to let their old foundational ways of going, their old foundational ways of being go. The Tower talks about letting a foundation go that's unstable, and they cling to an old foundation that's unstable. And maybe the foundational way of being that they cling to is thinking they can just take sexual action towards people who do put in hard work and effort in a relationship, and they just get to emotionally indulge themselves in people who've done the hard work and effort to be loving and kind and nurturing. Can't I just take sexual action towards you and then you'll not want to let go of this foundation? I'll make you feel codependent on me. They also would have to let go of their Capricorn nature, of shadowy Capricorn nature that's unwilling to open up, that's unwilling to work cooperatively with others, that's unwilling to move forward. They would have to let that way of being go and take creative, inspired action in their life. And they don't want to do that. Let's go see why. Why don't they want to take creative, inspired action in their life and let go of those old foundational ways of being that keep them emotionally confused and feeling stuck? Because they're a fool. They make mind over heart decisions. They live more from their mind than their heart. Maybe this person wanted to take sexual action towards somebody they viewed as an emotional option. Maybe a Pisces or a Capricorn. Maybe a Scorpio. Maybe a Scorpio confused them, and then they weren't listening to their intuition anymore because they let maybe someone emotionally confuse them, and it made them juggle putting in work and effort. And they held back from working together with people who are loving and emotionally balanced, and the foundation ended. If they had, and see, a Scorpio or someone who they have deep emotional connections with, that person, well, they can always try to confuse them, but, you know, we all got free will. They wouldn't, well, tell us why. If they did have a Scorpio who emotionally confused them and kind of got them caught up in their pride and ego, what did the Scorpio say to them? Oof, that's a lot. I guess told them they should walk away, not learn their lessons, and let go of a dream. Why would a Scorpio, and that's kind of their, it could have just been their own Scorpio nature that was like, we've been hurt before in relationships. If we keep moving forward in this loving, kind, equally balanced, loving relationship, we get hurt. We should walk away emotionally because, they'd have to learn some lessons they were meant to learn from the past. Well, for one, why would a Scorpio tell them to walk away? Ooh. Okay. Because a Scorpio doesn't maybe work from an emotional foundation or work well together with others. Because they, as a Page of Pentacles reverse, are unwilling to look to be a student of life. They're unwilling to learn and grow and expand. In the High Priestess, they're our High Priest reverse. They have a negative, maybe, belief system about relationships and marriages and just a generally overall philosophy of life that's emotionally negative. And in the Ten of Cups reverse, you know, they didn't offer their resources for their foundation of life to choose love. And so they make mind over heart decisions. And sometimes we can have people in our life who, because they weren't willing to learn and grow and expand and choose love and happiness, and they chose to be stubborn and prideful, and they juggled putting in work and effort, so they had relationships end on them. Sometimes they don't want other people in their life to be bold and brave and have the things in their life that this person doesn't have in theirs. So, because the Scorpio, which appeals to this person internally too, could have been their own Scorpio nature that was hurt in the past, you know, told them, we shouldn't work together with others people emotionally. We shouldn't be willing to learn and grow and expand. We should let go of this relationship. We should let go of this happy family. We should be practical and self protective. And we should make what might be a heartbreaking decision, but we should betray these people in our life and that aspect within ourselves because we could get hurt. So people don't reject loving people in their life unless they reject those same qualities and characteristics within themselves. And if they're unwilling to be emotionally open and honest in a relationship, they are in the illusion with the Seven of Cups that if they are unwilling to see things from other people's perspectives, that it'll definitely confuse people. It'll confuse enlightened people because it's just like, why are you being so stubborn? Why are you being so prideful? Why are you unwilling to see things from anyone else's perspective but your own? Again, they're hoping that they can still be in relationship and work together with people who are loving, and they don't have to be. It can be their way or the highway. They get to operate from pride and ego and stubbornness, and that the enlightened people that are in relationships will then be unsure about, is this toxic? We had been working together. It seemed like it was happy, but now this person is holding back. They're being selfish, greedy, stubborn. And the reason is this person doesn't want to learn their lessons. It even could be, sadly, for some of you, to make you walk away. Maybe because there's someone else they want to go take sexual action towards, maybe a Capricorn, or the world, or ego, or image, or status, and they're willing to let this foundation go. If you are going to insist on people have to put in the work and effort to be balanced, to be just, to be fair, to be loving, kind, respectful, they're going to let this relationship go. Because, well, let's see why. Dang, confusing, right? Why are these people so damn determined not to be open and honest and loving and kind? Because King of Pentacles, Scorpio death card. This person, I guess, has just aligned so much with their worldly nature and non-life-giving energy, death energy. Life's about money. Life's about image, security, stability. I am unwilling to see things from any other perspective. I present myself in the world, male or female. I have things that people in the world are willing to exchange resources with me and offer me emotions where I can be indulged. I don't have to learn. I don't have to grow. I don't have to see things from anyone else's perspective. I am going to take the risk to be stubborn and prideful, to cause, I'm going to ignore your love to cause you to be emotionally confused. And I hope then you feel stuck about putting in work and effort to move forward in your life because I am not willing to change, learn, or grow. I am very stable, abundant, whatever in my life where it is right now, and I am unwilling to learn or grow or change. And this person operates from non-life-giving energy because since we've been small children, we have thrived and grown and matured in environments that are loving, kind, nurturing, self-disciplined, patient, encouraging, supportive, and this person does not offer that to themselves. In shadowy Scorpio energy, they think life's just about death, sex, taxes, and they prefer to be emotionally shallow and not go into their deep emotions because when they have done that before, they have gotten hurt. So they're not doing it. So if they had a Scorpio outside of them that told them, you should put an end to being a partner to this loving person, because a true King of Pentacles is someone who's matured themselves. They have nurtured themselves. They have grown themselves to their full potential. And when they get in relationships with other people where they emotionally nurture and help grow them in the relationship, that's a true King of Pentacles. And if they had a Scorpio outside of them that told them, you should walk away, let go of this dream, don't work together emotionally with this person, all of that appealed to them, or they wouldn't have been tempted by it. Life's about money, image, status. Maybe go take sexual action towards someone else who also clings to a worldly way of being in life. Go take sexual action towards them. And you can focus all on money, materialism, self-protectionism, and you can let this foundation go. So now this person could be emotionally confused and feel stuck, as well they should, because they juggled putting in work and effort and instead maybe chose to take action towards someone who promised them you don't have, well, they basically offered and took creative inspired action towards their own shadow nature. I'm going to align with my shadow nature, fear, insecurity, selfishness, greed, stubbornness, pride. And then they could have gotten a relationship with someone who promised them the world. A third party who looked very successful in the world. And now this person is emotionally confused and feels stuck. Why does this person... Oh, shoot, I kind of need to get a fresh deck. I want all the cards to be able to come out. Why does this person feel emotionally confused and stuck? Because they did take creative inspired action towards it. Ooh, but there was an end to the love offer. Did their Scorpio nature end it again or what? Why was there an end to the love offer? Maybe because the person they got in a relationship was just like them. Well, I'm fearful, I'm insecure, I'm selfish, I'm greedy. I just had you come over here just so your partner, who we all could see was loving, we wanted them to feel left out in the cold. That's the only reason I got in a relationship with you. And you took it, sucker, male or female. Why was there an end to the love offer? The whole point was I wanted you to come get in a relationship with me because I was jealous of the relationship you were in. You looked all so happy and loving and looked wish fulfilling, and I was dealing with some regret in my life. So I wanted you to hold back from your creative inspired foundation that was taking creative inspired action and ready to take a leap of faith, because I'm lonely, I'm sad. I want you to move forward with me instead, so I'm jealous and envious of your partner seeming to have it all. They were under the illusion they could be deceptive and manipulative and competitive because they had regrets about the past. They created the illusion that they would move forward because they were in regret. But really the reason they got in a relationship was because they were competitive. What was this competitive energy about? The Page of Swords, emotional wish fulfillment. They didn't like other people, maybe in their pure innocent nature, to seem happy and speaking their truth. Tell us more about this competitive energy. Maybe they don't even like this person. The Page of Swords, it could be a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Maybe a Scorpio in their life doesn't like to see them emotionally fulfilled. Why wouldn't a Scorpio like to see them be emotionally fulfilled? And again, this aligns. It doesn't have to be someone outside of them, but if somebody did tell them to leave this relationship, that person is emotionally defensive to there being justice and fairness and balance. And if this person told them they wanted them to leave this relationship, it kind of appealed to this person to say, you know, I'm emotionally defensive to being just and fair and balanced too. Why would people be mentally defensive to being just and fair and balanced in a relationship? Because that means they would have to bring down an old foundation of them being the law, them being the highest law of the land, the smartest person in the universe. And they'd have to speak their truth. If they have always thought the truth is money and materialism, status and image, they would have to bring down that foundation of that. And they would have to be willing to see the truth and speak the truth, that we're meant to learn and grow and mature, to not keep repeating same old patterns of the past, or even to acknowledge that there is a higher truth, that there's a divine power. They're not the smartest person in the universe. Maybe they have a hard time acknowledging that there's a higher truth. that they're not the boss, because the King of Swords Libra energy can be, I'm the boss, I make the rules, I'm the judge, I'm the authority, I'm the rule maker. And if their position was, we don't learn, we don't grow, we don't mature, we don't listen to a higher truth than our truth, and their higher truth apparently is we operate out of pride and ego, self protectionism, selfishness, greed, fear, insecurity. We don't do love. There you go, Cancer energies. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.